Hello student, good morning. Today I would like to explain a short note on COVID-19. We have heard and it has been told to us that man is creator and controller of the conditions. Nowadays, we all have been affected by the current COVID-19 pandemic. However, the impact of the pandemic and its consequences are felt differently depending on our status as individuals and as a member of society. While some try to adapt to working online, homeschooling their children and ordering food with installed, others have no choice but to expose to virus while keeping society functioning. Our different social identities and the social groups we belong to determine our inclusion within society and by extension our vulnerability and epidemics. COVID-19 is killing people on a large scale. As October 10, 2020, more than 7.7 million people across every state in the United States and its 4 terrorists had tested positive for COVID-19. According to the New York Times, debates has lost at least 213,000 at 2 crores 13 lakhs 876 people with the virus have died in the United States. We can see here that more than 3 or 4 lakhs. However, these alarming numbers give us only half the picture, a closer look at the data by different social identities such as class, gender, age, race, and medical history shows that minorities have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic. These minorities in the United States are not having their right to health fulfilled. According to the World Health Organization, reports closing the gap in the generation health equity through action on the social determinants of health, poor and unequal living conditions are the consequence of deeper structural conditions and together fashion the way societies are organized for social policies and programs, unfair economics arrangements and bad politics. The toxic combination of factors as they play out during this time of crisis and as nearly news and effect of the COVID-19 pandemic point out is disproportionately affecting African American communities in the United States. I recognize that the pandemic has had and is having devastating effects on their minorities as well as, but space does not permit this essay to explore the impact on their minority groups. Employing a human rights lens in this analysis helps us translate needs and social problems into rights, focusing our attention on the broader specialties, structural context as the cause of the social problems. Human rights highlight the inherent dignity and worth of all people who are in the private rights holders, governments, and other social actors such as corporations are the duty bearers and such have the obligation to respect, protect, and fulfill human rights. Human rights cannot be separated from the social context in which they are recognized, claimed, enforced, and fulfilled, especially of social rights, which includes to the right to health, can become important tools for advancing people citizenship and enhancing their ability to participate as activity members of society. Such an understanding of social rights calls our attention to the concept of equality, which requires that we place a greater emphasis on solidarity and the collective. Furthermore, in order to generate equality, solidarity, and social integration of fulfillment of social rights in not optional. In order to fulfill social integration, social policies need to reflect a commitment to respect and protect the most vulnerable and individuals, and to create conditions for the fulfillment of economic and social rights for all. That's all for this.